So divorce is hard on everybody, not only for the people that are going through the process of the divorce, but also for those individuals that are directly connected to those two people. Whether it be friends, whether it be family, especially if it's kids, we have to be careful to make sure that when we speak out loudly, that the people that we're speaking to are well advised and equipped with what it is we need in order to help us to navigate through this process so that we become stable after we've gone through it. We have to make sure that out of our frustration, we don't speak false narratives about the individual because of our frustration. False narratives that allow people to look at that person through a lens based on the story that was told to them from a perspective that is one-sided. It takes two to mess up a marriage. There are two different perspectives that people should always be taking into consideration before they come to whatever bias they come to, based on their familiarity with the person that they are talking to. So I say that because when you have kids, we have to make sure that we create a safe space for the kids to be able to freely and openly express what it is they feel and or think. People can't do everything in their power to try to manipulate the kids to be one-sided. I'm a great father. My kids tell me, my kids know, because I've always been in the life of my kids every day. I'm the same father. I've been actively involved in my life in divorce, and I'm the same way I was involved in their life when we were married. They were always with me. They went to school with me. I watched all of them graduate. I taught my daughter for 4 years. I've always been there for them, whatever it is they needed. I've always been there. Do I do everything right? No. Are there things I can do better? Yes. But there are things we all can do better. But it does become frustrating at times when you hear certain things, and I'm not going to elaborate on things that I've heard, but I just want to make sure that there's a peace where we all can work to make sure that we do what's in the best interest of the kids. Because one thing that I know, and anybody will tell you that knows me, I love my kids. I had somebody call me, Sister D. She said, man, I know you love your kid. Yeah, I love my kids. I've always loved my kids. So for anybody to call that into question, I don't know what planet you've been living on. I don't know where you've been. Because if you don't know that I love my kids and I'm down for my kids no matter what, I don't know. But be careful not to answer to everybody's opinions about you. Make sure that you continue to strive to be the best version of the person that God created you to be. We're all at work. We all have issues. It's amazing how other people will overlook their issues and try to magnify your issue as if something is wrong with you. Nobody is always right. I made mistakes in my marriage, and I am learning how to accept the mistakes that I made. There are things that I could have done better that I did not do. But no one person is solely responsible for everything that happened. It takes two to mess up a marriage. It also makes two to make a marriage work. So both parties have to be able to accept their responsibility and be able to move forward and press forward from that particular point. And that's the only thing I want to say today. The kids are important, making sure the narratives and the stories that we hear, because I hear things coming from here, there, some friends that we used to have, and then other people have stuff to say, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I'm not going to spend my time wasting my time trying to convince you to believe otherwise. If you already made up in your mind what it is, so be it. That's on you. You'll never have the full story because, it is what it is. Like I said, if anybody has anything to say to me, you can always come to me and talk. As long as you come respectfully, we're good. But, it is what it is. So, like I said, I have the utmost respect for everybody. I don't look at people any different. That's a blessing for me because I always look at people. I always see the best in people, even when they go through their processes. But it's amazing how people will never see the best in you, how they'll see the best in you when you're doing what it is they want you to do. But when you decide that it's time for you to take back your life and stop trying to please people, to make people satisfied with what it is you do and trying to prove to them that, hey, you're this, then they get upset with you. Well, y'all going to be upset with me. You're going to be upset with me because I'm going to love my kids. I'm going to do what it is I'm supposed to do. I'm going to do what it is I've always been doing. And I don't do that for accolades. I do it because I love it. I don't do things to get attention. I do it because I love it. So do it because that's who you are. Be who you are. And when people can't accept you for who it is you are, the hell with them.